The world of luxury fashion is known for its glitzy marketing, loud campaigns, and flashy logos. However, there exists a brand that thrives on the opposites, subtlety. A brand that doesn't seek the spotlight but still manages to carve out a dominant presence among the world's elite. This is the story of Loro Piana, a brand that has redefined quiet luxury and whose name is synonymous with perfection, precision, and exclusivity. Yet behind this refined empire is a man who rose from modest beginnings, a man whose vision, hard work, and deep respect for quality transformed the fashion industry forever. The journey begins in the rolling hills of northern Italy, a region renowned for its fine wool and deep textile history. This is where the story of Loro Piana begins, not with flashy runway shows or celebrity endorsements, but with a family that has been in the wool trade for generations. The roots of this luxury empire trace back to 1812, when the Loro Piana family first began trading wool in the small town of Trevero in the foothills of the Alps, but it wasn't until the 20th century that Loro Piana would become the quiet giant in luxury textiles, and it was Pierluigi Loro Piana, the son of a textile merchant, who would elevate the brand to global acclaim. Pierluigi grew up with textiles at his fingertips. His family's mill in Trevero was a significant supplier of fine wool for European tailors. But unlike most children, Pierluigi wasn't just learning how to trade. He was learning how to craft perfection. From a young age, he worked alongside his family in the mills, observing the delicate processes of weaving, dyeing, and finishing wool. The mills didn't just provide wool for clothing. They provided a lesson in how to handle the delicate art of textiles, how to extract the finest quality from every fiber. At 18, Pierluigi made his first steps in the business world by helping his father produce and sell high-quality woolen goods. However, the call of innovation was stronger than tradition. Pierluigi believed that to truly make his mark, he needed to move beyond the family's existing operations. He wasn't content with simply trading wool. He sought to redefine luxury itself. In the 1970s, Pierluigi and his brother Sergio decided to push Loro Piana's boundaries further. They made a bold decision to start making their own garments. The idea was simple yet revolutionary: create understated, timeless luxury pieces that were refined in every detail, focusing on quality rather than trend. The brand didn't aim to compete with the big names in fashion. Instead, they chose to set a new standard, one that would cater to discerning clients who didn't need to be told they were wearing luxury. They could feel it. One of the pivotal moments in the Loro Piana story occurred in 1992, when Italy's Olympic equestrian team approached the brand. They needed uniforms that would combine elegance, practicality, and protection from the elements. The result was the horsey jacket, a sleek, functional, and weatherproof piece that instantly became an icon. This was the first time the world saw Loro Piana's fabric in action, and it marked the moment when the brand made the leap from a textile manufacturer to a full-fledged fashion house. The horsey jacket wasn't just a product. It was a symbol of the Loro Piana philosophy. It demonstrated that luxury could be both practical and beautiful, subtle yet powerful. This moment changed everything for the brand. It showed the world what Loro Piana could do when they applied their exceptional textiles to garments of the highest craftsmanship. It was a turning point that propelled Loro Piana into the global spotlight, but not in the way most luxury brands achieve fame. Loro Piana wasn't about loud advertisements or extravagant campaigns. Instead, the brand let its products speak for themselves. The next major step for Loro Piana came in 1993 when the family opened their first mono-brand boutique in Milan. Located discreetly among the high-end storefronts of the city, the boutique exuded an understated elegance. There were no flashy windows or giant logos. Instead, soft lighting, muted tones, and simple, elegant displays greeted visitors. Inside, the garments seemed almost to whisper their luxury rather than shout it. The boutique was a reflection of the brand itself, calm, composed, and impeccably crafted. As Loro Piana grew, so did its philosophy. Pierluigi and Sergio's approach was to create garments that could be worn every day, not just for special occasions. They coined the phrase, dressing from Monday to Monday, highlighting the idea that luxury could be a part of daily life, not reserved for the weekends or high-profile events. Loro Piana garments were made to be worn in all aspects of life, seamlessly fitting into both professional and personal spheres. A cashmere pullover, for example, could be worn to work, dinner, or on a plane, wherever life took you. This understated approach to luxury caught the attention of the global elite. Over the years, Loro Piana became synonymous with high quality and discretion. Celebrities, royals, and business leaders gravitated toward the brand because it offered something different from the flashy logos and overt symbols of wealth that many other luxury brands relied on. Loro Piana's clientele understood that real luxury didn't need to be loud. It spoke through craftsmanship, comfort, and the feeling of exclusivity that came with wearing something truly unique. The brand's meteoric rise didn't just come from its fine garments and carefully crafted textiles. It came from Pierluigi's relentless focus on perfection. Every product that left the Loro Piana mills was the result of years of research, innovation, and relationships with the best wool producers around the world. Pierluigi wasn't interested in following trends. He wanted to create pieces that would last for decades, if not longer. His quest for the world's finest fibers led him to some of the most remote regions on Earth, where he worked directly with farmers and herders to secure the rarest and most luxurious fibers in the world. One of the most remarkable materials to come out of Loro Piana's relentless search was baby cashmere. This incredibly rare wool, harvested from goats in Inner Mongolia, is softer and more luxurious than traditional cashmere. It is collected from the undercoat of baby goats, a process that is both time-consuming and labor-intensive. To secure the finest fibers, Pierluigi spent over a decade building relationships with local herders and convincing them to separate and preserve the softest fibers. The result was a material so rare that it redefined what luxury could feel like. But Loro Piana didn't stop there. They also sourced the finest merino wool, harvested from select sheep in New Zealand and Australia. This wool, which is finer than silk, is used to create some of the world's most luxurious garments, including coats and suits. Loro Piana's commitment to sourcing only the finest materials is what set it apart from other luxury brands. They didn't rely on mass production or synthetic fibers. Everything was natural, organic, and sourced with care. Loro Piana's expansion wasn't just about more stores or higher sales. It was about maintaining the integrity of the brand while evolving with the times. In the early 2000s, the brand began expanding beyond clothing, introducing accessories, home goods, and even footwear. Each new product was crafted with the same meticulous attention to detail, ensuring that Loro Piana's DNA remained intact. Cashmere blankets, luxurious scarves, and loafers with non-marking solace designed for yacht decks became symbols of understated luxury. These weren't just products. They were extensions of a lifestyle built on quality, craftsmanship, and restraint. In 2013, Loro Piana's quiet luxury caught the attention of Bernard Arnault, CEO of LVMH. Arnault, who was already a fan of the brand, saw Loro Piana as a perfect fit for his luxury empire. LVMH acquired an 80% stake in the company for over $2 billion, allowing the Loro Piana family to retain a 20% stake and continue to guide the brand. This partnership gave Loro Piana the resources and international reach to expand further while maintaining the brand's core values. As social media began to reshape the fashion industry, Loro Piana's discreet approach to luxury became a trend in its own right. Tech moguls, billionaires, and insiders from Silicon Valley began flocking to the brand, not for its overt displays of wealth, but for its subtle elegance. Loro Piana became the brand that those who truly understood luxury gravitated toward. The success of Loro Piana wasn't just about the products. It was about building a legacy that could last for generations. The brand's commitment to sustainability, ethical sourcing, and craftsmanship set it apart in an increasingly crowded luxury market. Today, Loro Piana operates over 130 boutiques across the world, generating more than €1 billion in annual revenue. Despite its success, Loro Piana remains true to the principles that Pierluigi instilled in the brand from the beginning: a commitment to perfection, a focus on quality, and a belief that true luxury is about feeling, not seeing. Loro Piana isn't about showing off. It's about quiet confidence and an appreciation for the finer things in life. Loro Piana's legacy will live on, not just in its garments, but in the values that have made it one of the most respected luxury brands in the world. What started as a small family business in northern Italy has become a global symbol of understated elegance and timeless luxury. And as the brand continues to evolve, one thing is certain: Loro Piana will always remain a name synonymous with excellence.